Okay, it's recording. Go.
Hi. Sorry. So, today I'm going to be talking about the book called The Word for World is Forest. How did I come across this book? So, I came across this book at a bookstore in Melbourne that also doubles as a comic store and an all-around nerd store. I was looking for a new book to buy because I was going to go traveling. And I've always been curious about Ursula Le Guin, who is the author of this book. And it's only 128 pages and it was like $19. So just like, why not? And also look how big the font is. It's a book written about what happens to the world centuries from now, and we as people have drained the earth of all its forests and most of its natural resources. But science has gotten us really far, and 27 light years away, Earth has discovered another planet, and this is a planet where the other subspecies of Homo sapiens live, the Achians. But the Achians are very different than human beings. They're covered in green fur and are a bit smaller than us. They're also matriarchal in nature. They're very in tune with the environment that they live in. They're a very peaceful species, unlike human beings. There's like a small army of people that have been sent there, which is a combination of military, loggers, scientists, to sort of discover, learn about the land, but also steal some of their forest resources like trees and timber and ship it back to Earth, which is like 27 light years away. But I guess if you have the technology, why not? Hey, I'll tell you why not. And of course this creates conflict between the two species. That's the general gist of the book. It creates conflict, and to see what happens at the end of it, you're gonna have to read it. I think back at the time when it was written, since it was written in 1976, Ursula Le Guin used it as an allegory for the Vietnam War at the time. She was protesting it and was not for it. She was living in London for a year, and that's when she wrote this book, because she just felt so helpless and didn't know what to do. But like her unique take on like how human beings think they're the center of the earth, and it's beautiful. Like, it's super challenging to like your own humanity. It makes you think a lot about the things you do. I'd recommend this book for first-time sci-fi readers because it's small and it's non-really committal, but it is a bit intense. But yeah, give it a shot. It's only 120 pages. Worst case scenario, you don't finish the book. And anyone else in the world who does like to read, literally you will not waste your time reading this. It will challenge you a bit in some way or the other. You're gonna be alright, I promise. It's not that much commitment. If you like sci-fi novels, you might like this book, because the unique thing about it is obviously it's not a massively long sci-fi book. So, would recommend this. This was like an allegory to the Vietnam War, but Ursula Le Guin also had bigger ideas where the government used war as a way to go like it's benefiting man. And in the same way, it's like how we exploit nature, going like it's for the benefit of us, and it's about changing this anthropocentric worldview humanity has. So it's very relevant now with people going like global warming is fake. This was very ahead of this time. Let me remind you, it was written in 1976. Again, I can't emphasize this enough because I couldn't believe it was written in 1976 when I was reading it, because there are some very like cool ideas in it as well, just in terms of like even weed being legal. Like, it's a weird one, and hallucinogens being legal, and it used as a way for people to actually live their life. Also, obviously racism, because it talks about how a dominant species is trying to exploit a timid group of people, sort of like what all colonizers have done to other people, and going like just because their ways are not like ours, their ways are inferior and primitive. You would think that in the future people would know better, but they don't. Well, that was my book review and my thoughts on The Word for World is Forest by Ursula Le Guin. Thanks, guys.